Hello dear viewer, and welcome to another very interesting episode of My Lover and I. My name is Patience Dogo and I am your delectable host for today's episode. Now on this channel we talk about everything love, relationships and marriage. So if you're intending to settle down or say yes I do to that very special person that you love, this is a channel to watch out for. Now in previous episodes we have discussed very salient issues, and this is going to matter if you're intending to get married very soon or later. We gave assignments on those episodes and I trust that you have taken on those assignments and you are doing something very important with it. It's going to matter. Now today, what are we talking about? Indebtedness. Yes, I hear someone saying indebtedness. I bet you didn't think this was a topic that we'll be talking about. Now, if you are getting married, you need to know the financial status of your intended spouse. You need to know what his stance or her stance are on borrowing. Very important. Now, you need to find out from this person, is this person indebted? How much? To what tune is he or she indebted? It's going to matter. This information is very sensitive yet important. You need to find out from this person, what structure has he or she laid down to pay off the debt? This is very important. It's not just enough to borrow, but what structure have you laid down to pay it off? Now, after you've done all this, you need to ask yourself, am I willing or ready or willing to give my time and energy to make sure that this person sorts out this issue? It's going to matter, because if this person is not willing and ready to sort it out, you may be in trouble in the future. Now, for instance, this person has given out his house or her house as a collateral for a loan he or she borrowed. And assuming you are married and one day you just find yourself homeless because the house has been given off and paid off to pay off the debt. Sad, but these are things that happen. So you'd be doing yourself a whole lot of good by asking this person, first of all, is he or she indebted? Secondly, what are the structures he or she has laid down to pay off the debt? Thirdly, are you willing and ready to help this person pay off the debt? You need to also find out if this person sees this issue as an important issue, because it's going to matter. What are his stance on borrowing? If you don't want to borrow and he sees it as not a non-issue, then that's a point for conflict. Now, why is it important to know the financial status and the debt status of your intended spouse? I had mentioned the reason earlier. You do not want to be taken unawares. If you get married and you are happily married now and you find yourself homeless because the house has been given off because he or she couldn't pay off the debt, that's very sad. It's going to throw you off balance. Secondly, you need to know what are his financial stance or his debt status, because you need to know what you are getting as income monthly. What do you have as a reserve after the debt has been paid off? What you have now is what you're going to use to live. You need to curtail your lifestyle and your spendings, living within your means. Thirdly, why is it important? You do not want to carry on with the shame and the reproach that is associated with death and borrowing. Now, I'd like you to please ask your intended spouse these very important questions. It's going to matter, because love is not enough. Love can never sustain a relationship. Now, I hope that you have learned a thing or two from today's episode, and I'm trusting that you're going to join us next week for another very interesting episode of My Lover and I